Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make some super easy to make croissant dessert bites. Today we are making them in the flavor of almond and cinnamon sugar. So come along with me. I'm going to show you how to make these. These are really yummy and you can make them in under 20 minutes. So first we're going to go ahead and start our oven to 375 degrees. For the ingredients, you're going to need some butter, some brown sugar, some almonds, some cinnamon, some Crescent rolled dough. You can use any brand that you'd like, some egg, and some honey. So we're going to go ahead and get started with mixing everything together. You're going to get yourself a little bowl and you're going to put in 2 tablespoons of butter. I put in a little bit more than a tablespoon. I think I got a little overzealous, but it's okay. You can always reuse your cinnamon sugar butter for the topping. So I will show you that at the end. You're going to put in 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. You can find the actual recipe in my description, so go check that out for the actual measurements. And then you're just going to mix them together. I like to use the country crock butter for this. It's already kind of soft, so you can mix it together. But if you like the real butter, go ahead and use that. Just set it out till it gets to room temperature, and then you can mix it in with your brown sugar. Now I'm going to add in some ground cinnamon. You're going to add in whatever you like to your taste and go ahead and mix that in. If you don't like cinnamon, you can also leave that out. So this recipe is really good because you can also make it in variations. You can do different things, not just what I'm doing here. You can also put things like chocolate chips into your croissants and make chocolate chip croissants. You could do any kind of topping really that you'd like to make and put on the inside. You could do cream cheese, whatever you like. All right, so now we're going to add in our almonds. This gives it a really yummy crunch. So you're going to add in about half of a cup of almonds and save some almonds for the topping of the croissants. So I'm going to add in most of this bag and just save a little bit at the very bottom of the bag for my topping. These are going to look really cute and really beautiful, almost like you got them from the bakery. You can use them for breakfast, for brunches that you do, for tea parties, anything like that. So mix all of that together. You can see how it looks. It's a really soft kind of buttery paste. I'm just tasting it to make sure that the sugar and everything is how I like it, and it is. So I'm going to go ahead and set that aside while I get everything ready to roll our croissants. So you can use any dough that you like, any brand of the croissant rolls. I'm using this buttery kind, and you're going to go ahead and open it up. I don't know if y'all ever got spooked by opening these cans. I usually have the trouble that I have trouble opening them, and you can just press along the seam and then it busts. So I'm going to go ahead and open this up. The croissant dough comes in a large sheet and they're all cut up into like little triangles. So you're going to unroll your dough and find yourself one of the triangles. We're going to stuff each little triangle with our filling and we're going to seal the edges. I'm going to show you how to do that so that you don't really lose a lot of the filling in the baking process. So there's one of the triangles. On the wider end, you're going to go ahead and get yourself about a tablespoon of the filling. And you're going to go ahead and just put it there in the center if you can. And it doesn't have to be perfect. As you can see, I kind of make these really quickly. In 20 minutes, this will all be done. So I kind of tuck the edges in and then I roll. And that helps to kind of seal the ends a little bit so that you don't get so many of the sugar or the butter kind of seeping through the edges. You'll still have some, but it won't be as much. So you're just going to repeat this process with all of your dough. Just putting about a tablespoon in there and then tucking the edges and rolling. So I really like this recipe because the croissants come out really buttery and crispy and just delicious. They look beautiful as well. So like I said, if you're having friends or family or something over, you're doing some sort of event, maybe a baby shower or bridal shower or something, this is a great pastry to make. It looks just like you got it from the bakery and it tastes so yummy. I'm just making mine just because, and I'm going to go ahead and keep them in my fridge and I'm going to have them with my coffee in the mornings. So I really like this recipe when you have, even just this croissant can in your home. Like I just had these croissants. I don't know why I bought them, but I found that I didn't have any purpose for them anymore. So I decided to go ahead and make this and show it to you. So if you happen to have this dough in your home, or you know how to make croissant dough, you can make many variations of this. Like I mentioned, you could put strawberries in it and some cream cheese. You could do blueberries and cream cheese, whatever you can come up with, you could do as a filling. And you could make various kinds. And like I said, if you're doing an event or something like that, you could bring, a whole tray of different little croissants. So just go ahead and do all of your croissants here. Roll them and put them to the side. I'm kind of just cheating here, and I don't want to get too many dishes or anything out. So I'm going to go ahead and just do it straight on my cookie sheet. And then I'm going to kind of clean it up and spread them apart. So you want your oven at 375 degrees. You're going to bake it in the oven for about 15 to 17 minutes. You're going to want your croissants to get totally golden on the top, and that way that they're crispy and they got that beautiful golden look to them. Have y'all ever tried making these before? And if you have, what kind of filling do you use? Can you comment down below? If you are new here, I put out recipes and I show my life here on the homestead and at my little lake house. So if that sounds good to you, I welcome you to subscribe to my channel. I would love to have you come back. I like to share simple recipes and things that I use in my home and that, have worked for me over the years. So now I'm just going to spread out the croissants. I've done all of the different croissant rolls. And so I guess we have 8 croissants. So I just kind of spread them apart a little bit. Now you're going to get yourself an egg and you're going to whisk it. This is going to be the egg wash that goes on top and really provides that really beautiful golden color to your croissants. So you're going to use a brush and you're just going to brush the egg wash on the tops of your croissant. I like to cover all of the croissant bread so all of it is golden. If you still have filling left, don't worry. I'm going to show you how to use the filling that you have left over as topping. If you don't have filling left over, that is okay. You're going to use some honey to put on top of your croissant, and then you're going to sprinkle some almonds and the honey will help it to stick. But if you do have extra filling, it'll just be some extra honey, butter, cinnamon at the top, and it'll also kind of give it more flavor. So I'm going to go ahead and use my extra filling and just put like a little dollop on each one. This will kind of spread out in the oven and it will kind of go everywhere, but at the end of the day, these will be really yummy. So it's not a big deal. But if you don't like all of that, you can exclude that and just use the honey that I'll show you here in a moment. So as I put the little extra filling that I have on the top, this is how I'm going to also attach my sliced almonds that I saved. So you want to save some sliced almonds for the top of your croissant as well. It gives it a really pretty look, and again, it gives it a good crunch. So these are the sliced almonds. I'm just going to get like a little pinch of them, and I'm going to put some on each croissant. I don't know about y'all, but I love these sliced almonds. If you prefer something different, maybe you like walnuts or a different sort of nut, go ahead and use whatever sounds good to you or whatever you have on hand. So I'm just putting my almonds on top. You can see that's, plenty. I'm being very generous with the almonds. You really only need a few on each. But I want to go ahead and use up everything that I have in this little bag. I'm getting to the end here, and there's basically just some crumbs left of the almonds, but that's okay. I'm going to go ahead and use all of that as well. Once you got your almonds all on top like this, you're going to go ahead and get your honey, and you're going to use your honey to drizzle on top. It's going to also help it to get a really glossy, pretty color, but also to seal the almonds or whatever nuts you're using to the croissant. So go ahead and just drizzle however much you want on top. And then they're going to be ready to go in the oven. So make sure you got your oven at 375 degrees and your timer set for 15 to 17 minutes. Again, you can find this recipe in my description with the exact measurements and instructions. Okay, so they are looking good. This is what they look like before you bake them. And I'm going to go ahead and put them in the oven. And this is how they came out. So some of that topping I had put on the top, you can see kind of went everywhere on the side. But you're going to find that if you tucked in the edges of your croissant, the inside of your croissant will still have the nuts and the filling and all of that. So this is what they look like after they cooled. And I took them off of the cookie sheet. Don't they look beautiful? They're this golden color. The almonds are crunchy and it's got some honey on there. It's really, really good. So this is what the inside looks like. Like I said, it's still going to have all of that cinnamon sugar in there and your almonds. So that is the almond croissant bites. These are so good, y'all. Thank you for coming along. I will see you on our next video.